Hi, travelers. Welcome to another TGN live event where the stethoscope meets the suitcase, and every event is a journey into the heart of travel healthcare. I'm your host, Rachel Altum, the online community manager for the Gypsy Nurse, and today we're talking about allied healthcare with Trustaff. But before we get started, let's take a moment and see how the Gypsy Nurse can help you along with your journey. TGN is a one-stop shop resource for travel healthcare workers. You can plan your next assignment with our downloadable Travel Nurse Guide, find your next assignment with our job board, find your next place to stay with our housing partner Furnish Finder, and there's so much more that you can unlock at thegypsynurse.com. Not only are we the largest online community, but we're also holding the largest in-person travel healthcare event in Las Vegas every year. You can meet up with other travelers and your recruiters, get CEs at a great price, and learn more about the travel healthcare world and dance the night away at our infamous after party September 22nd through the 25th. You do not want to miss it. It is so much fun. Early bird tickets are still on sale for $3.99, and if you went to TravCon before, you get 20% off of that price. You don't want to miss it. Allied, you are more than welcome to join as well. We have all kinds of sessions for you. So let's dig more into Allied with Becca and Peyton from Trustaff. I'm going to go ahead and bring these girls up.
Thanks so much, Rachel.
Thank you. Very excited what you guys have to show. So I'm going to let you to it. And yeah.
Awesome. Thanks so much. We are super excited to be here today, and we are so happy that y'all are having us. Becca and I are here today to talk to you about becoming a Trustaff Traveler Allied Edition. We are super excited. My name is Peyton. I am a social media recruiter here with Trustaff. Basically, I make content focused around traveling 101, tips and tricks from personal experience, and hot jobs, which I will delve into a little bit later. And Becca?
Yes, I am a radiology recruiter here at Trustaff. And the special part about Trustaff is we're set up in a really thoughtful way. So we have two separate sides of our organization, one side that solely focuses on nursing and one side that focuses on allied. So I am in the radiology division. We'll go over our divisions a little bit later today. But as a radiology recruiter, I feel like we have a benefit just working with a smaller area of focus. It allows me to perform at the highest level, and my travelers and candidates reap the rewards of this. So, a really special thing we have going on with our organization here at Trustaff.
Love that. Love that. So today we are going to go over how to start traveling as an allied healthcare professional with Trustaff. You may have already done research into this, or you have a traveler at your current facility and maybe you want to know more, or maybe you're not even sure where to start. Today we're going to go through each step of the process and hopefully answer any questions you may have. So the biggest thing is basic qualifications for becoming a traveler. In this, you're going to need a diploma from an accredited college or university. You're going to have the required specialty certification. You need to have at least 2 years of experience in a clinical setting. This cannot be clinicals for school to get your certification. It has to be 2 years of experience post-graduation, post getting your certificate. So that is super important to factor in as well. You also should have licenses if applicable per state. This does vary based on specialty, and your recruiter will always have more information about that for you as well. And then, of course, a completed Trustaff profile, which we will delve into here in just a bit. As well, if you have any questions or comments, be sure to drop those into the chat. We are watching and happy to answer anything that we can. So in order to get started with joining Trustaff, you either are going to come across us by signing up on our website, maybe you reply to an email, or maybe you find us through a recommendation from a friend, a current traveler, things like that. But the first thing that you are going to do is get connected with a Trustaff recruiter. Once you're connected with a recruiter, if you haven't already, you're going to be prompted to fill out your profile. But something that I really want to touch on here, and I know Becca can echo as well, is how important your relationship with your recruiter is. And we'll talk about that throughout this live, but being in touch with your recruiter, being open and honest with them, having that relationship with them is really going to help your process with traveling. And Becca, like I said, you can probably echo on this as well, just how important it is and what a dedicated recruiter can bring to the table for you.
Yeah, definitely. And not only is it important, but it's fun. Like, it's really fun to get to know your recruiter. It's really fun for us to get to know our candidates and our travelers. You're working together a lot. So, with my travelers, I've got a few that I think are tuned in. Hi, you guys. That I have, a dream team with, right? We work together like a team. So we both share responsibility, constant communication, and really have built a really great relationship. Ultimately, I feel that the relationship building is maybe the most important part of finding a great connection with your recruiter, and then ultimately those awesome contracts that are out there.
Yeah, it's super important. A good recruiter can make or break your experience. I mean, having somebody who you can depend on is a huge plus for sure.
Yeah.
Which brings us into completing your profile. So you have logged onto the Trustaff website, you've connected with a recruiter. From there, after you have that conversation with a recruiter of, hey, this is where I want to go, these are my goals, this is the reasoning behind my goals, and I would really, like to accomplish these, you're going to be prompted to fill out your profile if you haven't already done it. If you already have, by the time you talk to your recruiter, they're going to know you are serious if you already have that profile completed. So when you go to make it, there are a few things that you're going to need. The biggest one, work history. Okay. We need at least 7 years of work history on your profile. If you haven't been working that long, be sure to include all of your work experience. If you've been working longer than that, I always say the more you put on there, the better. Make yourself stand out. You're going to need your certifications, things like your BLS and any relevant certifications to your specialty. References, these need to be 2 lead references that we have from current positions, and then a completed skills checklist. And as well, when you're filling your profile out, it's really important in today's market that you make yourself stand out. And Becca can, again, echo on this of what she sees in profiles and what she sees that works and how it becomes helpful.
Yes, definitely. So, working as a recruiter, I am reviewing profiles and submitting packets out all day long. So, very familiar in looking through a good profile versus a great profile, right? And so, filling out that profile, don't be afraid to brag about yourself, right? Talk about the cases that you've worked on. If you were a lead tech, if you were in a teaching role, level 1 trauma, your patient ratios, go the extra mile on this and do that work up front. It really will make a difference. I think a helpful visualization that I give my candidates all the time is picture, your manager's desk in your unit, and you've got a stack of submittal packets sitting on the desk, right? And your manager's going through all of those. What is going to make you stand out amongst that stack of submittal packets? Because you will have an interview where you can bring your spunk and your personality, but what will make you stand out on that piece of paper? And that's really what we're looking for when we're creating this submittal packet. And again, your recruiter is your best resource. So ask them, hey, I just added some new info. Can you take a look at that? Yes, we absolutely can. And we'll give you feedback on that as well. We also have access to edit your submittal packet and your profile. So let's say it's a busy day in unit and you just realized, oh my gosh, I spelled the name of that hospital wrong that I put on my packet yesterday. Let me text Becca really quick and just ask if she can update that. Well, of course we can, right? We can absolutely jump in there and make an edit. But keep in mind that you guys are, the best on your experience. You guys know your work history better than we do. So you guys will really be driving the creation of that submittal packet that will help you get the job in the end.
Yes, of course. Awesome. So with that, you have completed your profile. It looks phenomenal. And actually, we do have, I'm going to pause for just a second. We have a question in the chat. Holly would like to know when will rates increase nationwide? It's very hard to be a travel nurse right now. And Becca, as somebody who's, in the trenches every day with
Yeah.
your techs, I feel like you could also agree in the sense of there are higher paying contracts out there right now. And one of the things that will help you the most is having that completed profile that stands out to get you to the top of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, too, it's a great question, Holly. I think defining your motivations and your expectations with your recruiter from the jump is going to be the most important, right?
Of course.
Hey, it's tough to be a travel nurse right now. I really want that high paying contract. Can you tell me where that is? Let
Mhm.
your recruiter inform you of where those high paying contracts are. Maybe it's not in your first choice location, but it might be worth taking the risk to see the reward of that higher paying contract.
For sure, for sure. So you have completed your profile and now you're like, I'm ready to get started on this.
Yeah.
Next is going to be reviewing jobs. And like I said, Becca does this all day, every day. So she is going to be our subject matter expert on this. And I'm happy to let you take it away. Also,
Sure.
Holly said thank you.
Yes, you're very welcome. So, with the reviewing jobs stage, you've completed your profile. That's step one, right? So, now you're going to get on the phone with your recruiter. I always like doing the review of the job boards and looking at what's out there live on a phone call with my candidates. Again, we can just talk through everything in real time. We're looking at all of these different jobs on the job board. Maybe we're looking at rates, maybe we're looking at start dates, maybe we're looking at location, maybe we're looking at all of it, right? So there's a lot to discuss in
Mhm.
choosing what you're interested in and defining again those motivations for what you truly want out of your contract. So you can find our job board on our website. That would be the same place that you filled out the profile. So super, super convenient for you. And then we also do have a mobile app. So if you're a smartphone person, you always have that in your pocket and you want to just take a look at what's out there, that's a really great resource for you as well. And then in terms of what's out there in the job boards, again, we're the experts. So rely on your recruiters to inform you of those quick moving job opportunities, or like we just mentioned with Holly, those high paying contracts. Or if you're looking for something even more specific, tell your recruiter so they can help you find that. I do love this phrase. Again, I'm a very visual person, but you can think of the job board as a starting point and your recruiter as your dedicated tour guide ready to help you navigate.
Yes. And something that I just kind of would have mentioned too before we move on is our app. I
Yeah.
think our app, again, from personal experience, awesome. Okay. I love the ability to be able to go on the app. Not only can you fill your profile out on the go, which
Yes.
is one of the biggest things, right? Because let's be honest, everybody's busy, but being able to do it on the go, 10 out of 10. Um, Having that ability to do that, in my opinion, is just great. So if you are currently a Trustaff traveler and you're watching this and you haven't downloaded it, definitely get to it, download it, and give us your feedback. Let us know. So, anyways, moving on to applying for a position.
Yeah. So this is, and you may have heard me say it already, but this phase in the process is called the submittal process. So basically, we are taking everything that we've just discussed, and maybe that's multiple conversations of reviewing jobs, right? That might not be handled in one day, and that's okay. But just we're kind of piggybacking off of that, and now we're going to go apply for those jobs that we've discussed. So
Mhm.
we've talked through all of the details of each of these jobs, right? There are no surprises because we've already gone through it together. And so at this point, your recruiter will send your completed profile over to the facility hiring team. So then they're going to review all of the profiles that they may have gotten for that position. And at this time, this is also a great time to inform your recruiter of potential availability for interview, right? We're already thinking that way. We're already thinking, I just submitted to this job, so I'm going to get an interview. The power of positive thinking, as I like to say. So be direct with your recruiter and provide your availability in real time updates with your schedule for that upcoming week, knowing that you may be getting an interview call. Again, it's just a nice streamline of communication having the recruiter there to advocate for you and basically be your messenger with
Mhm.
the hiring team.
Mhm. Awesome. Awesome. I love that. And then interview tips. So you have scored the interview. Now what?
Yes. So you scored the interview. We've already talked about your availability and your schedule. So that's great. We already know kind of what to expect, right? We're expecting an interview call at this time on this date. Keep your phone on loud, keep your phone close by, and be available. If you miss their call, that's okay. Just give them a call back. It happens. But definitely be sure to let your recruiter know if you did miss the call, if you did connect, that's going to become very important in the next phase. Um,
Mhm.
with your interview, be in a quiet location. Another really great tip I like is, wear something that you feel confident in, so that you're presenting yourself in a confident manner on the phone when you're going through the interview call. And then this is also your chance to ask questions, right? So you get to ask them everything that you've had on your mind, including, is there on call required and what's that rotation? What scrub color should I wear? Where should I park? Will I be solo on shift? What's the patient ratio or the caseload?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
we have a recruiter actually over on Allied, who did an awesome job by creating a resource guide for interview questions. So again, I always send that to my candidates and just say, have this up
Mhm.
next to you while you're going through that call, right? Just kind of have that as a bullet pointed list of things. Maybe I want to ask that,
Yeah.
and so you don't forget anything.
Mhm.
One thing you won't discuss with them is pay. That's going to come through your recruiter. So just keep that in mind. You're just getting the needs of the position, scheduling, all of the details in that interview call. And then anything else discussed will be handled with your recruiter following that phone call.
Absolutely. I have always said too, like, yes, you're getting interviewed. It's your time as well to, in a sense, interview them, right? Be able to
Yeah.
ask those questions because these are things that you want to know. So I love that so much. Also,
Yes.
post interview. Okay, so interview has happened. What do we do next, Becca? What is
Yes.
the right way to go about this?
So, kind of alluded to this on the last slide, jumping the gun
Yes.
a little bit, getting excited. But after you interview, you will give your recruiter a call, right? You want to let
Mhm.
them know how that went. Share in that fun, like you've built the relationship with this person. You're excited to tell them how that interview call went, and be honest, right? Like if it didn't go great and you weren't feeling it, it might not be the right fit for you. That's okay. You can tell your recruiter that we are here to support you. So again, talking through everything that was discussed in that interview call is also going to be very important here.
Mhm.
And the reason
Mhm.
why is because your recruiter is going to be with a pen and paper taking diligent notes on what you're telling them in terms of the details discussed, like start date, on call rotation, right? All of these things that you would have discussed in this interview, so that when they want to offer you the job because you're an awesome candidate for it, you were well prepared and you killed the interview, the recruiter then can just cross check the information between what you talked about in the interview and then what's in the offer. And keep in mind, if there's ever differing information between interview and offer, your recruiter is very well equipped to handle that scenario and can jump on that immediately to make sure that everything matches what was discussed originally.
And that again goes back in with having that relationship with your recruiter, right? Like
Yeah.
you, not only when you go to have that conversation with them, obviously, as you should be able to trust that they're going to be able to figure that out for you, right? And that is only going to happen if you have that relationship with your recruiter. So again, that's just one thing that I know I cannot stress enough. I know, like you said earlier, it is super important to you as well as the
Yeah.
recruiter. So
Yes.
yeah.
Absolutely. 100%.
All right.
So then we are in the acceptance and sign phase. So we just got our offer. We've gone over it together, right? I'm going to say I'm your recruiter in this scenario. I've called you. We've gone over all of those details. Again, there should not be any surprises because
Mhm.
we've checked every single detail along the way. And so we're going to go over all of the good news and all of the finer details. There's going to be two documents at this phase with Trustaff. So the first document is going to be your permanent tax residence form. It's a government document that is utilized to qualify you for the untaxed per diem on your contract. So it calculates your permanent address where you file your taxes to the facility address, and then just says green check mark, verified. They qualify for that untaxed per diem, and we're moving and grooving onto the contract. So that second document is that contract. Again, great thing to go over on the phone with your recruiter. You can talk through some of the legality and the terms in the contract, ask your questions. If everything's looking good, then it's just one signature and a date on the bottom of that contract. Your recruiter will save that, and then that gets sent over to the facility. Upon that getting sent over to the facility, know that the facility's ready to go. They're preparing for you to come in and help them out on their schedule. So they're going to be writing you into the schedule right from acceptance. They're going to be figuring out their patient ratios right at acceptance. So again, making sure that you're committed to the job upon signing is really our number one goal.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Perfect. And then, so once they're committed and they sign, what are they?
A Trustaff traveler. Congrats.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. And that is the goal of this, right? So we still have things that we're going to cover here, but if you have any questions on anything that Becca has just covered, because it is a lot of information,
yes,
but it is supposed to be step by step how to get you through it. Pop something into the chat. When you start this process and you get that contract, it's an exciting time and you should be excited. You should have a recruiter who's excited for you. And this is just really a great way to start traveling. So like I said, if you have any questions or if you have anything, comments, throw it in the chat for us. We are happy to answer anything for you. So we're going to get into the benefits here in just a minute of traveling with Trustaff. But before that, because Allied, there is a lot of different specialties within this, we want to talk a little bit about Trustaff and how we handle this. Okay, so different modalities for Allied traveling, we have different divisions. And this really helps us curate a unique experience for you, right? So we have 3 different divisions. We have our cardiopulmonary, our laboratory, and our radiology division. Each of these have different modalities under them that the recruiters can help you with. So for example, cardiopulmonary, we have our RRTs and CRTs, perfusionists, dietitians, anesthesia techs, EEG techs, and our RPS GTs. Anything under the realm of cardiopulmonary, you will have a cardiopulmonary specific recruiter. This recruiter, like I said, is dedicated to these modalities. So you're going to have a recruiter who knows what you need certification-wise, what you need license-wise, okay? And then laboratory, MTs and MLTs, histotechnicians, cytotechnologists, phlebotomists, and pathology assistants. And then our radiology division for CT techs, cath lab techs, X-ray, MRI techs, mammography techs, nuclear med techs, radiation therapists, ultrasound techs, IR techs, and EP techs. If there's a modality that is not currently on this screen and you are curious about if we can recruit you or not, pop a question in the chat. We are happy to look into that. After all, Trustaff and Ingenivis as a whole, we are looking to be the home of healthcare talent. So we are happy to find a place for you.
I have to add, Peyton, our surgical services.
Oh,
I
yes.
have to add our surgical techs, our sterile processors out there. We love you guys. And we also have great contracts available for you. So please don't be shy. If you're in surgical services, Allied at Trustaff is the way to go.
Absolutely for that. I do want to pause for just a second because we have some people here in the chat. There will be a recording of this session that will be posted on the Gypsy Nurse, as well as we will share tidbits from it on our socials. And then there was a question asking, what do you enjoy the most in your role as a recruiter? And Becca, I'm going to let you answer first because my role's a little different now, but if you don't mind to answer that.
Oh, that's a great question. I think it kind of goes without saying, since I've already said it 1,000 times today, the relationship building. I love building relationships with my candidates and my travelers. They are like family to me, truly. They know what's going on in my life. I know what's going on in theirs. We call to just chat and hang out on the phone and just check in with each other. That is definitely my number one favorite thing about the job as a recruiter. Favorite thing about the process as a recruiter. I think I really like the reviewing jobs phase. Again, just because I like talking all the things and providing information and just having a really good conversation about what's out there and what the market looks like.
Yeah, of course. My role is a little different. I do recruit, but one of the big things that I do is I actually help if we're talking on social media. And of course, I do content curated for helping, tips and tricks, things like that, which I will go over later. But one of my favorite things is I have the ability to get in touch with somebody and see what they're looking for traveling and really try to match you up with your perfect recruiter, right? So kind of streamlining that process, getting you into somebody who either is super similar to you, or I know will just work very well with you. That's what I do now. When I used to recruit nurses. Relationship, again, was my favorite part. I still have RNs who I recruited that I talk to all the time now. It's just that ability to get to know somebody else, see what's going on. And honestly, travelers have some of the best stories. Y'all
Yes.
have some of the coolest experiences. And talking, I have traveled before. I love hearing about y'all's experiences. So really, it's the relationship building. It always is with us. So
Yes.
that is definitely a big thing for sure. So yes, modalities. If you don't see it up on the screen, be sure to pop something in the comments and ask us. We are happy to let you know if we are currently staffing you or not. Also hitting on the relationship topic, we love to share our Trustaff Traveler testimonies. And this is a testimonial actually from one of Becca's texts right now. And she says that being a traveler comes with its own stresses, but having an amazing recruiter makes that process a little more bearable. When you start a new contract that comes with an all new level of stress, a recruiter like Becca makes this process so much easier. She's walked me through each setback and even reached out to upper management when things didn't seem right on our end. Becca is a true blessing to have as a recruiter and plays a very active role in my contract. One afternoon while at work, I was taken to the ER for chest pains, shortness of breath, and pain between my shoulder blades. I texted Becca to let her know what was going on, as she's supposed to be my advocate in times like these. She reached out to the account team to inform them of the situation in case I wasn't able to return to work the next day. Becca truly cares about her techs, and as a traveler, you must be transparent with your recruiter for them to properly do their job. Becca is like family to me. I am thankful a former traveler referred her to me, and that is a current Trustaff traveler with Becca. Her name is Michelle. And Becca, if you don't mind to touch again on the relationship portion, I know
Yes.
we keep saying this, but we cannot stress enough how important the relationship aspect is to traveling.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you to Michelle for her kind words. I think she's watching. And I so appreciate it. It goes both ways, right? Like, again, I'm just going to hit the point home. It's a dream team. It goes both ways. So she's fabulous and she's out there working her booty off and she does an amazing job. And we have a great relationship. So I'm very thankful for her and having her on my team.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Honestly, it seems like you have some fantastic travelers on your team. We have fantastic travelers here at Trustaff, let's be honest.
Yes, we do.
We love our Trustaff travelers. So moving on from that, let's talk benefits. Okay, so you keep hearing us talk about how to become a Trustaff traveler. What's the benefits? What do you get out of being a Trustaff traveler? And in my opinion, I think we have some awesome stuff. Not only do you get an awesome recruiter like Becca, we have things such as, our medical, vision, and dental insurance, which does include family, a 401k matching after 1 year. We have our ACT clinician advocacy program, which I will touch on here in a moment, as well as our Perk Spot discount program. And then, of course, we have weekly pay. You'll get paid every Friday, so long as you turn your timesheet in on time. Don't forget the timesheet. That's super, super important, okay?
Yes.
So in our benefits, what makes us stand out, what makes Trustaff really different is one of the big things is our ACT program, okay? This is Ingenious Health's advocacy career tools program. It's unique in the contingent workforce industry. It's boasting an inclusive community dedicated to clinician support and safety. This is all about our clinicians, all for you, all done for you. There are different things that you have access to, such as career and professional development, tools to promote work-life balance, one-on-one engagement and support. These are all geared towards helping you, the clinician, putting you, the clinician, first, because again, we want to be the home for healthcare talent. We want to make sure that this is somewhere that you enjoy being, and travel for a long time to come, right? Live your best life, make your goals. And one of the things too that I love that we have at Trustaff, and Becca, you could probably echo this as well, is our Excellence in Action, which is a part of the ACT program, but it is a place where recruiters can go and shout out their clinicians that they work with. Clinicians can shout out their recruiters. And you actually have the ability to get points on there as well, which your recruiter can talk a little bit more with you about. But again, just something that I think sets us apart.
Yeah, it's
in that.
really a cool platform.
Mhm.
It kind of operates like a social media page where you
Yeah.
can do different posts and
Mhm.
tag your clinicians. They can tag you to
Mhm.
provide shout outs or thank yous.
Yeah.
And it's just it's a really fun message to get. When you're not expecting something like that, the recognition goes a really long way. So I'm really
Mhm.
happy that we have that here.
It really is. And I love going through and read. So like it, not even necessarily when somebody like shouts you out or you shout somebody else out, just
Right.
reading all of the other ones, whether it be somebody shouting out a clinician just because they're doing an awesome job, or maybe somebody got a Daisy Award and you kind of get to see the story behind the Daisy Award. I love reading those. Oh,
Yes.
they're so
Yes.
awesome.
Super fun. Again, relationship building.
Yes, of
It's
course.
really at the heartbeat of everything we do here.
It really is. And just recognition, recognition, recognition for our travelers for sure. Another thing that we have when you become a Trustaff traveler is our perk spot discounts. Love these so much. It's, like I said, exclusive for our travelers, and you get discounts on different things such as meal services. So HelloFresh, health and fitness. They have different gym memberships, LA Fitness. I think there was 24-hour fitness on there as well. You get different things for vision and dental and wellness products. They have the entire website has categories for you to scroll through, and there are pages of discounts for you to use as a traveler. Electronics, discounts on things like Apple, LG, Bose, streaming services discounts, because let's be real, we're all using streaming services now, right? Discounts on those, can't beat that. Retail and apparel, Scrubs and Beyond, Sunglass Hut, Finish Line. There's a lot of things on there like Free People, American Eagle, different things like that. Services and memberships. So ADT, protecting your home while you're away, right? If you are wanting to do that while you're traveling. Roku, Eufy. I know I can't live without my Eufy vacuum. And Simply Safe, again, another home safety discount. And then travel, of course, right? You're a traveler, discounts on travels and hotels. And one of the things that I love about PerkSpot is when you log in, you actually have the ability to go through and look up bookings for where you want to go as well. So you can see all that in there. Super, super helpful, super good discounts. Would definitely recommend checking that out when you go to start your contract.
Yes,
We
I
also,
recently.
ooh,
Oh,
go ahead.
sorry,
Sorry,
Peyton.
Becca. No, girl, you're
I just wanted to add, because it was really cool. I just switched my pet insurance through PerkSpot, and so now I'm getting a better deal
oh,
for my dog's pet insurance.
there you
And
go.
that's not something I was aware that we had access to via PerkSpot.
Mhm.
But they sent me an email and I signed up.
Yeah.
So you never know what you might find in there.
There's some awesome stuff. There was, before I get off on a tangent, but they had like Sam's Club in there at one point in Costco, which loved that. So there's so much in there. You really just got to like set some time down and look
Yes.
through it for sure. So one of the other awesome things that we have right now is our referral bonus program. And this does vary. So everything listed out on here are physical therapist, occupational therapist, SLPs, pathology assistants, perfusionists, cath lab techs, rad techs, x-ray tech, echo tech, respiratory therapists, med tech, and med lab tech. All of those are $1,000 referral bonuses right now. So if you refer one of these people to us, they start a contract, they start working, $1,000, and that's paid out after how many days, Becca?
Well, it actually is really nice because as the referrer, you don't even have to be on our payroll to receive your bonus. So if you are not currently traveling with us, but you know someone who's looking to travel and you refer them over and they take an assignment, then you will be paid out for that
Yes.
referral, which is a really
Yes.
awesome benefit.
Yes, love that so very much. And same thing, the physical therapist assistant or certified occupational therapist assistant, that's $750 bonus. And then other allied health professionals is $500. And the awesome thing is it's not limited. So you have 5 people, you know, who are looking to
Yep.
travel and they're serious about it and they're going to do it, refer them.
Yes.
Fantastic program we have. I mean, why wouldn't you refer, right?
Right.
Get
Yep.
rewarded for it.
Yes.
So one of the other cool things right now is we have sign-on bonuses. Okay. Sign-on bonuses. I love a good bonus. I don't know about you.
Absolutely.
So we have $1,000 bonuses for our NICU PICU RRTs right now and $500 for adults. As well, we have $1,000 for cath lab techs and CT techs. If you're interested in learning more about how to get these sign-on bonuses, or you know somebody, again, plop something in the comments. We are happy to help with that. Now, I do want to just plug our social media just a little bit. This is going to be a super cool way to stay up to date with certain things for Trustaff. So Trustaff does have its own main accounts: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Trustaff Travel. Definitely be sure to go and give those a follow. I also have my own accounts for Trustaff. I am Peyton with Trustaff everywhere on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I focus a lot on providing you all with really just helpful content is what I'm shooting for here. As well as, like I said, pairing you with a recruiter and matching you up and making sure that that is something that works for you. Some of the different things that I do when I say hot jobs, if there is a job that's coming across, like if there's a RRT job in Ohio that's, you know, super big right now, and we know that they have quick turnaround times on offers, they are, you know, top tier, those types of jobs, I'm posting those up on social media for you so you can hopefully see those as soon as possible, right? Refer to these as hot jobs. These are going to be the biggest and best jobs that we have here right now. Another thing that I like to share on social, and the Trustaff page shares these as well, is our traveler testimonials and their photos. I don't know about you, Becca. I love when we get photos from our travelers showing us their adventures. Okay, because again, y'all go to some amazing places. Okay. Love sharing those, love sharing testimonials. We love to brag on our clinicians. We love when our clinicians are super happy and are sending us photos as well. So those are always posted. I like to do some traveling 101 videos. Those will be different things of how to get started traveling in a certain specialty, or maybe even, hey, these states right now are super hot with jobs. You should definitely be getting licenses in these states if you haven't already. If you do, here's where to look for the jobs. Love to hit on that kind of information on there as well. And then, of course, just tips and tricks from personal experience as somebody who has traveled before with a medical professional. What are the do's? Maybe what are some of the don'ts? Here's where to look for things. Really just trying to bring in that personal touch and really help you get started with this, right? So if you aren't already, I definitely would say make sure that you are following Trustaff on social media. Make sure to give me a follow on social media. If you ever have any questions, my door is always open. My DMs are always open. Call, text, Send me a chat. Happy to help with that.
Definitely follow Peyton. She has so much good information, so much helpful content on her social media pages. It's definitely worth a follow. And of course, like she said, if you have questions, DM her. That's a really easy
Absolutely.
way to get a quick response on something you're wondering about.
Absolutely. And if there's something that you're like, hey, I've seen you done this, but I'd love to see this kind of content,
Yeah.
let me know. We are so happy to get that out to you. So yeah, we appreciate you so very much for joining us. Rachel's going to hop back on here in just a second. If you are interested in contacting Becca as a recruiter, her email and phone number are down on the slide as well. You can call or text her. She's happy to talk with you. And again, if you're not already following me on social media, definitely go give a like, a share, and follow me, Peyton with Trustaff, on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I appreciate you all so very much. Thank you for having us. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, ladies, so much. It was so much fun to hear what all you had to say and all the benefits that you have. And you can tell that you really, really love your clinicians and everyone that you work with. So,
Thank you.
to have you on again. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you next time.